Right then, this is Josie's, give him away because you're going to cut from that to that, music video pitch. Okay, so after some successful productions before and a very good 1 minute music video, it's going to be for your final task. So could you just go over the kind of big idea about the song and kind of your overall idea?
My song is Youth by Glass Animals. My concept is sort of abstract narrative to suit the indie rock genre. I want to do a teenage girl that's carrying around a teddy all the time and looking after it and just pushing it around the pram and stuff, and then at the end she starts to get really stressed and frustrated with it, and then she ends up getting upset and sending it off to what's labelled a happier place. So then goes to this new family, and the teddy, I'm going to have some shot to turn the teddy to a baby, and she's actually all along been a teenage mother that then couldn't handle it.
Right, okay, that sounds very very interesting. Okay, where are you going to get the baby from?
Have a family friend.
Yeah.
That's the baby that's photographed on my the one-page pitch.
Obviously the baby will grow.
Yeah, well she's not even 6 months yet. I don't think she's like she's still quite young.
So can you explain it? Obviously you said abstract narrative, but can you explain to me what the meaning is?
It's just about a teenage mother and showing that she likes the idea of a kid, and a lot of the younger kids would see a teddy as like, well, a baby as a kind of toy, and that's how it seems to be. It's all happy, and then actually the realisation of it hits her, and that's why she then sends it away. But I thought representing it as a teddy would be the best way to show how she viewed it at first.
Okay, I really like the idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. That perhaps might be a little bit dark, but could you have a situation where that teddy becomes a little bit less well kept for?
Yeah, but that's what I was kind of thinking of, like the final sort of. It wasn't as like dark maybe, but the final sort of straw, she's sort of shouting at it because she's just so frustrated. Like she's trying to get on with schoolwork and stuff because she's of the age, and
she's got to keep going back to the teddy.
And she just can't deal with it, and she's got all its stuff everywhere, and she's no longer got a room. She's just her and the teddy. Yeah, all right. I really like that, and even you can use camera shots quite cleverly there. Loads of cutaways to Teddy, loads of eyeline matches, everything she's doing, whether it's cooking, and
whether it's anything.
If needs be, kind of filler shots too, because I know a young girl, she's about 10, of her maybe in a woodland as if it's the baby, as it's older, sort of feeling lost because it doesn't know its mother.
Fantastic. Sounds like a really great idea. How does it fit with the song? I'm not aware of the song. So
the song's called Youth, and it's sort of the lyrics are from the mother's perspective about her son, because it starts with boy, and it's saying how she gave it up to have a better life so he could be happy and stuff and not deal with what she was having to deal with, because it says a life lost in the war or something, so I don't know whether it means literal war or what she's dealing with.
Yeah? Okay, so lyrically it kind of goes quite well with that and the themes. Okay, I really like the idea, and like you say, you can kind of develop that and use colour correction and all sorts to show kind of like the things starting to change, it becoming a bit more of a responsibility and a burden, and having to kind of remember, like you say, everything. Remember the teddy, again, loads of good stuff you can do, get the teddy a little bit worn and things like that. I think it's a really nice idea. Okay, who do you think the music video would appeal to?
I think it would probably appeal to younger, like teenager kind of age, because it's the main character's a teenager. Right. But possibly adults would have as well as more of an idea of what the concept is. They may be more able to interpret it, but I don't think younger people would be able to. I think they just find it interesting as a story.
Okay. Can you see it having a wider use in terms of people identifying with it? I'm thinking of things like use and gratifications, or even as a sort of, educational tool perhaps, or...
Yeah, possibly teenagers that have thought about kids could kind of then see the stresses that would come with it. That she's just trying to balance school and a child, let alone social life and stuff, and she's already getting really stressed, and maybe they would see that in it.
I also think as well, one of the things that kind of impacts upon sort of teenage parenthood is sometimes the judgment that comes from society, and I think you could have some fun with this, where you can, if you're brave enough, try and get some shots of you shopping.
Yeah,
with the
that's
teddy.
what I was thinking of, having it in a pram. I think I'd get some weird looks.
I think you'd get some weird looks, yeah, but I think you could get some good stuff. You might even get some actual people kind of, looking a little bit strange here, which would make very good cutaways. I don't know how you go about doing that, and obviously you don't want to sort of...
I can always get some friends to give me weird looks.
Yes, exactly, yeah, have them positioned somewhere, and I don't know. I mean, like you said, I think you could, without kind of getting too dark, because there's a certain element where obviously you can have things where the teddy bear gets shade, stuff like that, but actually, before we go down that line, I think you can even just show the sort of stress and the burden really well with that. Right, okay, so we were just talking before the cameras died. We were just talking about how you're going to film it.
Yeah.
Any idea in terms of what equipment you might use and who you might have to help you?
I've got my own Canon DSLR. I think that's 5200D.
Right.
And I've got a tripod, and then at home I tend to set up with a mirror behind the camera so I can see and make sure everything's in shot. But for shots that would be sort of, I'd be in and it'd be outdoors in town, my friend Bram, who did year 13, he's just left, said that he'd help with them.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware of his productions. Yes. And sort of, how do you feel like you've developed the skills necessary to kind of make this idea work? 'Cause it's a very ambitious idea.
Yeah.
There's done badly. There's a chance that it could look a bit ridiculous, that people could sort of misinterpret it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? There's a...
well, I've developed quite a lot of skills outside of school. I spent a lot of the summer working on various skills and stuff. But I think I'll probably give myself a lot of time to film and sort of edit it, and then as I go along get different opinions from different people watching it. And then see what they think about it. Maybe not tell them what the story actually is.
Yeah.
And then see how they interpret it and see if it's along similar lines.
Yes, yeah, very much so. Any idea how you might kind of work the CD cover and website around that?
Yeah, I've had some ideas of various shots of like the teddy bear holding, the teenager holding the teddy bear's hands close up like that.
Yeah.
Or if I do use 10-year-old girl as well, having shots of the woodland and her stood in it, and various sort of shots like that would be used within the film. I did also look at sort of drawn ideas, because that seems to be popular with the indie genre as well, but I don't feel it would fit right with the music video as well.
Okay. Alright. It sounds great, it sounds like a really good idea. As I said, very, very ambitious, but I think from seeing your productions before, I think you'd be able to pull it off. Certainly, I think the concept and the idea behind it would be a bit of a tearjerker, which, people like. But also something that people, in all seriousness, can identify with, perhaps have a kind of message which isn't hit you over the head telling people they're stupid or stuff like that, but also perhaps kind of have a kind of approach to things like this. It might be worth looking at as a kind of piece of research into current sort of educational adverts. I'm trying to think where you would find them. Probably maybe the NHS, maybe someone like NSPCC, where they kind of try to educate teenagers in particular about sort of teenage pregnancy, or about kind of having a child before you're ready, or something like that, and both positives and negatives. So it might be worth having a look at those as a piece of research and seeing how they've, portrayed things, because there are kind of sometimes adverts which can be a little bit kind of telling you what to do, and other ones which are a bit clever and a bit more subtle in terms of their approach. A bit fairer, I guess. And yeah, I think you've got loads there to go on. How long's the song?
3 minutes, I believe.
3 minutes. Okay, perfect. All right. Give me an idea, just to finish with. Give me an idea of the kind of opening scene. What are we going to see when we first start?
Various shots of the mother and the teddy, and her smiling and very happy. and stuff in. Or possibly I had thought about as well her actually getting a package with the teddy inside and it's her opening that as well. So
Okay.
it's that kind of idea.
All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. And yeah, you've got lots and lots of metaphorical meaning there. You can have a bit of fun with it as well, although people might think you're crackers if you sit on the bus next to the teddy or something and have to pick it up and like this, and like I said, the supermarket shots, stuff like that. Don't blame me if people sort of think you're strange as a result, but no, it's a really good idea, Josie.
Thank you.
Good luck with it. That's it. That's your pitch.